Hey guys, good afternoon. My name is Mr. Rader. I'm a tutor ASVAB, and we're gonna do one question from each. If you like this, subscribe. My plan is to just upload random videos doing one math problem from each section on the ASVAB. One for arithmetic, reasoning, one for mathematical knowledge. My name is Mr. Rader. Let's do this. So I think the best way to do this would be to take a picture of it if you're trying to do it yourself. And if you're totally helpless, yeah, just watch me. But you should always try it yourself if you're studying. Don't fool yourself. Let's start. A car rental agency charges a flat fee of $35 per day plus 15 cents per mile. Okay. Just from that alone, there should be something going on in your head. If you ever see that word flat fee, that's like the beginning, the initial, right? There's a lot of words for that, but it means if you're talking about y equals mx plus b, which we probably are, it is always the b value. Flat fee, b value. How do I know this is y equals mx plus b? Because there's a flat fee and then there's like a rate, which is the 15 cents per mile. So I know I have a good feeling this is y equals mx plus b. You get used to it, okay? If that's not obvious to you, the more you practice, the more you'll see that. So I know the 35 is the b, and the 0.15, 0.15 or 0.15, same thing, is the m. So with these values, let me make our new equation. So we got y equals, I'll do the 0, 0.15x plus 35. So this is our equation. And I want to say one thing, okay, because I do see it. Some of you guys might be wondering this. See where it says per day? We did the flat fee of 35 and it says per day. A lot of people would argue, hey, it says per day there. Doesn't that mean 35 is the m or the slope? For this one, what I could say is it also said per here. So both of them were kind of a tie. And then at that rate, I would like find which one sounds like the beginning or the starting, and that would flat fee would be the winner. Okay. Now we got our equation. 9 times out of 10, when you have an equation and there's just one to make, we're probably gonna just plug something in, or they want us to graph it. We'll see. If Sarah rents a car for one day and her total bill before tax is $68.75, how many miles will she drive? Okay, well, total bill, that's definitely the total, right? That is definitely the y value. So I'm going to put that 68.75 in for the y. So let's do that. So we got 68.75 equals 0.15x plus 35. Why wouldn't I put that for the x? Well, we know x stands for miles. Okay, so 0.15 per mile, that x is the amount of miles. And that's what they want us to find. Okay? Practice makes perfect, okay? I know I might sound all over the place, but it should make sense after a while. Now to solve this, some algebra. Whatever you do to one side, you got to do to the other. I need to get that x by itself. If you ever see this setup, you want to move the term that doesn't have the x. So I'm going to minus the 35 first. If you think you divide first, you're doing it wrong. Okay, dividing is always kind of last. So there's some circumstances, but for the most part. All right, we got to do that by hand. I'm actually going to write it more. I'll line it up at the same time. So we got to subtract 35. We got to line up the decimal. Whoops. Sorry. Let's do this. Got to line up the decimal. And we're going to subtract. All right. 5 minus 0, 5. 7 minus 0, 7. Sorry if my dog barks. 8 minus 5, 3. 6 minus 3, 3. So we got 33.75 equals 0.15x. Nice. We're almost there. The last step to get rid of that, if it looks really small and like that's all we have, the next step is to divide the number that's with the x. The whole thing, even if it was negative, you would divide the negative. So I'm going to divide both sides by 0.15. That cancels. This looks like a pain in the butt, but you know, ASVAB, you got to do everything by hand. This is one of those times. So if you ever need to do division, you write the bottom number on the outside, like that. Copy the one on top, put it in the inside. There we go. Now, in order to divide decimals, this is the culprit, okay? The only thing stopping us from doing stuff is this guy. He needs to have no decimals. So we're going to move that decimal 2 times to the right, which means we got to move this one 2 times to the right. Once again, practice makes perfect, okay? So if we move that one, it's 15, which was our goal. That's going to be 3375. So we got whole numbers now. Okay. This is how you start these. Can 15 go into 3? No. I like to just leave it blank. Some people like to put a dash. I'm just going to leave it blank. 15 into 33. How many times could 15 go into 33? I'm going to try 2. Do some multiplication. 30. Okay, I know 2 is definitely the highest, okay, because another 15 would have went over. If that was hard for you, you got to go learn simple division and multiplication, okay? 33 minus 30. 3. Bam. Ooh, 37. We're still going to use 2, because if you think it could be 3, 15 times 3 would be 45. So it can't be 3, so it's 2 again. If we start looking at our answers, I know who the answer is. We got 2 2s. The only one with 2 2s is B. That's a good strategy to use if you're good at like looking at your answers at the same time. But then if we just keep going, 30, subtract 7, bring down the 5. 15 into 75 would be 5 times. Bam. And then, there it is, 225. Very cool. Now, there are different ways to do this one, but that would be the way to do it with the least headache. You would just have to do everything correct. So, what do you have to watch out for? You have to make sure you do subtraction correct. And the division. A lot of my students will get the division wrong, so make sure you got that down so you can tackle these problems. Knowing the slope and the flat rate was also pretty important. There it is. The answer is 225 miles. Yes, there's other ways to do it. That's the way we're doing it. All right, math knowledge. Take a picture if you want. That's as best as I can make it. And then I'm going to start. Oh, I could have hid this the whole time. I'm so sorry. Okay. Mathematical knowledge. Let's go. In the right triangle shown below, the length of one leg is 8 inches and the hypotenuse is 10. What is the length of the other leg? They gave us a picture, so that's nice. So right triangle stuff is always going to usually be Pythagorean theorem. Especially if it's all the sides. So if they give you all the sides like that, it's definitely this formula. And you just got to know who C is. So who's my C? It's actually my hypotenuse. The one who the hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. So 10 is, I'll change color. 10 is my C. The others, it doesn't matter who you call A and B. Okay, I can call 8A. XB, or I could have switched that, it doesn't matter. Now that I got my ABC, I can start my formula. We got 8 was A, squared, plus B, which is X squared, equals, C is 10 squared. If you don't know what squared means, it means times it by itself. So 8 squared is 8 times 8. What's 8 times 8? 64. Practice the multiplication tables if you don't know it. Copy the x squared. 10 times 10, 100. Next step, kind of like the last problem, what am I going to do? I want to get this by itself. Move the thing that's next to it. It's not the 100 because the equal sign's there. It's always with it on this side. So we're going to move the 64. How do I get rid of a positive 64? Never say divide too soon. Subtract. Bam. Subtract. There you go. A lot of people could probably do that in their head, but we'll do the 100 minus 64. You can't take 0 from 4 or 4 from 0. Got to borrow from this 1. Got to make this a 9 since we got to borrow again. And then this becomes a 10. 10 minus 4, 6. 9 minus 6, 3. That's it. So we have x squared equals 36. The last step, we're almost there. To get rid of a squared, we have to square root both sides. And if you're not comfortable with square root, it's basically what times itself is 36. So something times something is 36, and it has to be the same number. 6. Because 6 times 6 is 36. 6 is my answer. Very good. And there you have it. So if you like that, please subscribe. I'll drop these all the time. If I start to get popular, I'm going to make like a PDF that I'll send out to an email list. But since this is the beginning, I don't know. I'll take off or I won't. But I love helping you guys, okay? There's nothing that makes me happier than helping ASVAB students. So I know you guys mean well and you want to just help your future. So, okay. I gotta open this. There we go. See you guys.